Hey guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Grenzenlos, your dance podcast. As you can already hear, we're gonna have this episode in English. I'm here with Irina today. Thank you for coming.
Hi, everybody.
Would you like to introduce yourself for the beginning?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. So, my name is Irina. I'm 27 years old. I was born in Russia and I lived all my life in Czech Republic. And then I decided to move to Vienna, to my favorite city. And here I finally made my dream to come true and I became a dancer and I have solo performances on stage. That was the biggest dream. And I also made here my dance lessons with my amazing girls and where we are so supportive and helping each other. Yeah, but this all have one negativity. I am single.
I'm still single. But you kind of know that we're like a dance podcast and not like a dating platform, right?
Yeah, I know, but you never know who will listen to this podcast.
I mean, for me, like, it's not new. I follow your Instagram stories and I know you've been talking about men publicly for quite some time now. I know it's a personal question, but does that have like a reason?
Actually, I think why it's so important to have a man for me, because I anyway think that the most important thing in life is to find love.
Okay, I agree with that. Love is like a big topic.
Yeah, exactly. So I anyway think there is no better feeling that when you just feel connected with somebody and you feel this energy between you and you have same kind of humor and you love each other. So yes, it's really important for me. And somehow with dancing, it all comes so natural and easy. But what about men? I am like, I don't know why, I'm just not able to find a man of my dreams. I don't know why. And I also think that it's all coming like from childhood, because for example, I didn't have my dad next to me and he was in Russia and I was living in Prague and I loved him like so much and I missed him so much, and I think it really influenced me. And like I even remember that when I was like 7 years old, I was like, when I will grow up, I will do whatever I want. Like I will live with my dad in one apartment till the end of my life. And nobody will say me what I have to do, because I just couldn't understand like why I cannot live with my dad, why I cannot decide it by myself. Well, then I grew up and my plans changed a bit. I don't want to live with my dad anymore. But like, I think now I want to live with one of my dreams, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what is the reason for you to, because you do like Instagram stories or you kind of take us people into your dating life a bit. Why did you decide to talk publicly about it? Because, you know, not a lot of people do that, obviously.
Yeah, I think I like to show people a bit from my personal life, and I also have feeling that many girls really feel with me because they have actually same situations, and there are many like embarrassing or funny situations and people are afraid to talk about them, but it's quite normal because I think it anyway happens to everybody, and I just want to show to people that it happens to everybody.
Yeah, that's really important to stay like authentic. So
yeah, exactly. And I think it's also funny. And many girls are writing to me, yeah, it happened to me the same.
Yeah, you always have quite some fun stories, I need to admit, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's stick to that Instagram part for a bit right now. Your Instagram account got deleted twice? Was it twice or 3 times? I don't remember.
Yes, twice.
What happened there? And how do you feel about it? Like, you worked so hard to build a community, you had a lot of followers, and you know, I know how much it hurts, I know how much work it is to build something up, especially social media takes so much fucking time.
Yes, exactly. Like, thank you so much for saying it, because like I think if it would happen to me like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, like I would probably just go and kill myself, because really, I know, because I put like so much work in it, and like, you know, it was so easy because I made it till that moment that I just post story that I'm doing dance lessons and the girls are just writing to me and booking it, and I don't have to do anything with it, but it took me like a really long time to build this, and now everything is gone. So it was just crazy. But I have to admit one thing, that I kind of knew that it will happen, because when we wanted to post dance video with Anna Shiknerova, with another Czech dancer.
The one you had the collab with, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to post this video as a collab, and we discovered that we cannot do it, that she cannot just tag me as a collaborator. And we were searching for the reason why, and then I opened my Konto status in Instagram, and there was like so many banned pictures of mine, and she was like, oops, that's probably why. And she said me like, I think you will be got blocked soon. And I was like, okay. And I tried to write to Instagram, but it didn't work.
But because people reported them, or?
Yeah, people reported them, yeah.
Okay.
So that's like crazy. And the most funny thing is that we still ate with Anna like 2 weeks ago, before this happened. We ate with her just advertisement for our video together, and it still worked. We still could edit together, and after it, like, not anymore.
Okay, but that was already the second account.
No.
Okay.
It was still the same. Still the same.
Still the same. Okay.
I just had then many banned pictures, and we weren't able to edit together.
Yeah. Oh, that's so shitty. Because you worked so hard on building that. Because I think I started following you last year, January. It's only a year, but it feels much longer right now. It feels like I'll know you for 2 years at least, but it's not actually. However, like, I followed you since, like, not the beginning. I know you have done something before as well, but for me it's like watching you build a lot in 1 year, a lot of followers. So, ouch. That's like the only reaction I can say to that. So, are you afraid of it happening again? Because I think now you're posting on another account. You made a second account and also like a third one, I guess. Because the second one got also blocked.
Yes, exactly.
It happened pretty soon, right?
I have to say, I had one big advantage. I had already second account, and I already start prepared people that it might get blocked. So like I tell to them that they can subscribe to another account. So that was one good thing that I had before, like 2 accounts. So it's still not that I lost like everything, but it anyway felt like I lost everything, because the second account was especially with only people in Vienna, who are interested in dancing. So yes, and then I tried to make like second account like this. It got blocked again, and now I have this my last account, and I cannot believe it, because there were again blocked the same pictures, again the video with Anna, and I was so mad, and I wrote to Instagram because before I was writing to, and Instagram didn't do anything with it. So
yeah, I know. I was reaching out to Instagram is kind of hard. It's
exactly.
It's
impossible. Yeah. But here I still trying to write to them at least, and finally, like I'm like green again, like. They put the banned pictures away, so probably they hurt me, and I was like, I cannot believe this happened. Yeah. And then the next day, again banned pictures, and I was like, again, and I was again writing to Instagram like, what's happening? And now I'm again green, so I'm a bit afraid of it.
Oh fuck! Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. Well, oh, that's so bad. But I know, other people would be like, okay, it's just social media. Don't be so, I don't know about it. But for us dancers, social media, especially Instagram is like, I have the feeling that, okay, my curriculum vitae is like, it's there, but it's like people looking at my Instagram. Because Instagram is like kind of your curriculum vitae.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know, of course, they're like dances on TikTok, but like Instagram is your profile for dance. That's my feeling, because there are like only a few people. Of course, you could also be successful without Instagram. Don't want to say that, but as you said, you plan your classes on Instagram. Girls write to you on Instagram
even not
to join.
Only girls, even the customers are writing you also on Instagram. I have so many people who booked me like only through Instagram.
Yeah, right. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
Like. So I'm like, my only luck, thanks God, is that I still have the second Instagram, and people were able to find me through this another Instagram. But anyway, like now I really feel like I have like now less people on the lessons, so it's feelable anyway. But the most important thing which I wanted to say.
Wait, you mean you have less people on the classes now?
No. So it's
okay.
anyway feelable.
Yeah. I mean, I understand you like once you're used to one account and you're in the algorithm of the people's profiles, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Even though the people might be coming, they just don't see it. Maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. So
social media is like a tricky thing.
yeah, but I just don't understand that some people like can ban you, just can do like whatever they want, you know. But luckily, I was saying to myself that I was going through so many bad situations in my life that like and like for example on the beginning in Vienna when I moved here, like so many bad situations happened to me and I was crying over everything and I was like, and now when I think of it I'm like, I was crying, it was not even like a big deal. You know, so I think I also learned a lot. That's why I say on the beginning that just 2 years ago I would just kill myself, but now I'm like, Irina, come on. And especially I cannot do it because that person who is banning my pictures, that what
you know who
I
she
know,
or is?
no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, show me how that works on Instagram because I want to know as well.
No, I don't know. But like,
but also I just want to say like, you know, you put yourself out there, especially, you know, like heel stands. I think there's a lot still of conservative pictures in people's head. And I think then some people just might be like, you know, I don't know, because that's like a reason that I could imagine that people react like it, because I personally would be like, just let her do her thing. You don't need to follow her. You don't need to watch it. Just go away. So it's like, I don't understand why people do this, but
yeah, I also was thinking so, but I think it must be some personal reasons because, you know, because like, I don't think that, I know that there are many conservative people, but before it was not happening and I was still adding like same pictures, still same like videos, but only after I added video with Anna, which was really great for me and like really big opportunity for me because she's unbelievable dancer. Only after this, somebody decided like we have to ban her. And what I recognize, like, I think that person like really wants, like when people are doing it, they really want to put you down and to stop to do the things. But then when I realize that I cannot cry or cannot kill myself over it, because that's what the person probably wants me to see. So I have to be much stronger than it and still keep pushing and find other ways, even though...
Yeah, I totally understand. I also had some people in my life who, I don't know, tried to stop me or bring me down. But I think also what you told me before, that you had like a lot of situations in your life that were like not ideal. They simply prepare you for what's coming next. And the next thing is like maybe also overwhelming, but you know, I've already survived so much. I can survive this as well. So, and I think especially in an artistic scene, no matter if you're like a singer or a dancer, whatever, it's just about having stamina to do what you love, you know? And it takes, I think people often don't understand this, because it takes so much courage and so much work, not the art you're doing, but mentally to stay healthy.
No, I really feel it because I even had a moment when I just closed up myself and was like, I do what I like, I do what I like, I do what I like. Because people are like trying to put you down, try to say you some bad things, and you're like, I'm not listening to anybody, I'm just doing what I like. And even now, it's finally coming back to me, and like people are applauding to me or saying to me, wow, you're great, and I'm just, I cannot believe that this already happened. I'm like, wow, did she say all these nice things about me? And exactly as I say to you, I have to like come to a curtain call and enjoy this applause of people, and I am feeling like ashamed that I don't know what should I do because like I'm not sure I deserve it.
Of course, everybody who has like the courage to stand on a what's the English word for Bühne? Help me.
Stage.
Stage. Well, my vocabulary.
It's okay. It happens
for the stage. Yeah. However, no matter what you're doing, just having the courage, standing there, letting people watch you. We're not even talking about the dancing part. That's like enough reason to already get some applause, you know. So, you know what I hated when I did competitions? There were like mothers sitting in the audience, talking and be like, "Oh, my daughter's better" or something like that, and I was like, you would never stand on that stage. You wouldn't even go on it, you know? And people be that's why I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Just do your thing. Yeah, that's why I stopped doing competition. That's not why I stopped, but it's like a two-sided thing.
But it's you won't stand up, and it's anyway crazy. Like, I know that you should be like, you should wish you're the best to another child, but it doesn't mean that you should say that other children are worse, or like,
but it wasn't only mothers, it was also, you know, other dancers, and then it was like, do we need to be so competitive? Like, we all have the same passion,
exactly.
You all go your way. There's like enough space for everybody to live their dream. So, but that's not what we're talking about today. Let's go back to the topic.
It's okay. No, it's important to talk about, because I also think the same. Like, I don't understand sometimes why people are so competitive.
Yeah, right. The thing is, for me, myself, it's just like, you do your thing. I don't care what you do. Maybe you don't like what I'm doing, but you keep letting me do what I do, you know?
Exactly.
So you don't need to be mean to me. You don't need to be negative towards me. You can say that you don't like it. I'm going to be honest with you as well. But there's no need to put each other down in any kind of way. There's space for you with what you're doing, and there's space for me, you know?
And exactly.
Yeah.
And I anyway think that this negativity is anyway coming from a jealousy and some not satisfaction with yourself. Because, like, you know, if you're satisfied with yourself, if you have a jobs and everything, you just wish it to others too. And even like, if you don't have it, you should wish it to others, because it will come, your day will come. You should just believe that one day it will come.
So there have been some obstacles you had to overcome in your life. I don't want to be too like negative, but what were like some events, some situations that were like really hard for you? Some situations
in my life. Some hard situations. Yeah.
Because you haven't been like, I know from your stories from Instagram, a lot I know about you from stories on Instagram. There's like the stalker coming out of you. No,
I should post less about myself. No, there's seriously people coming to me and say like, like this, and I was like,
what are you doing?
How do you know that? And it's like, you posted it in your stories. So I was like, okay, I should post less. Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay, I just forgot what I wanted to say. But however, situations in your life. That's where we stopped,
The most difficult ones. Actually, I never talk about it, and I don't know, I still felt a bit weird to talk about it, but the hardest situations in my life is nobody knows that, but my mom, she has schizophrenia, and she was kind of psychopathic. She was like not normal. She was doing crazy things, like, and when you live with her, like as a child, I was 15, 16, but like anyway, you know, she can just go and break TV. She can just go and break toilet. And you live with such person, and you don't know what to expect, like what she will do next. And it was really not normal. For example, I even remember she didn't want to let me go home. She just said she will not let me go home, and I was like, what should I do? I don't know, what should I do? And I called my dad. My dad is in Russia, but I called him. He anyway always supported me like on the phone. And he said like, Irina, call police. And then you call police. The police is coming. And I don't know, like my mom was so weird when she has this disease, because like she was strange, but on one side she could still control herself. So when the police came, she just said that I lied, that she would let me go home inside, that I just lied. And I was so shocked that she said something like this. And the policemen, they were just watching me, and they were like, why did you call us? Couldn't you just solve your problems, your family problems by yourself? And I was like, I was literally crying after they said me this. I was like, and they left. She let me go home. I was crying. Then I called my dad, but my dad said like, don't worry. At least she knows that you can protect yourself, that you can call police. So that's the good thing. But like I had many crazy situations like with my mom, like it happened like many times to her, like more times, like 2 times. And the shittiest about this disease is that I went to the doctor even like and you want that they put her into the hospital, and they told me like
she needs to go decide herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know that as well. Yeah, and that's hard because you can't make the person if the person doesn't.
Exactly. And I was like, she's not really normal. Like, how she can decide this? And they were like, yeah, if she's not dangerous, we can not do anything. And I was like, okay, I have to wait until she kill me or my sister or like what? And that was like crazy thing.
You were 15, 16?
I was first 15 when it happened, and then second time I was 17.
That's also why you told us before that you couldn't decide to be with your father, but you would have wanted to.
No, it was already like when I was little. It was already when I was little. He went back to Russia, and I lived with my mom in Prague. It was already like not connected to it. But like as he was in Russia, it was more difficult for me. But first time when it happened, he came because he's also working. My mom didn't work that much, so he's like making all the money. And first time when it happened, he came to help us because I called him and said like that's like weird things happening with the mom, and he came, and my mom was so weird. She just said she doesn't want that inside in our apartment. She doesn't want it. And then I said, like, it's our dad, we have to put him inside. And then she just closed her up in the bathroom. And she was sitting in the bathroom saying that she doesn't want that he's here. And then we just saw that under the door of the bathroom, the water is floating. Like, so many water. Like, you know, she just let the bathtub open. And it was even not our apartment, it was only rented. And my dad was like, we don't have that much money to pay it, like if she will just destroy now like everything. And he said to her like, come on, like please switch off the bathtub. And she was like, no. And then he was like, okay, I will come inside and switch it off by myself. And she was like, no, if you go inside I will kill myself. And you know, when you are like 15 and you watch all these situations, it's like crazy. And then you don't know what he will do, and then he decided to go inside anyway because he had to switch it off. But luckily he just grabbed her and she didn't do anything with herself, but like, and then she started to scream about how dad is so bad and he was always so bad to her, and I even never not noticed it, you know, before. So I was like, is it true? Is it not true? What's now happening?
You don't know who you can believe anymore, you know.
And it's also crazy. And then finally, like, my dad was like, okay, let's leave for some days. Like, let's go to Carlsbad. It's like Karlovy Vary in Czech Republic. It's one city. Just to go us three, like me, my sister, and my dad. And we will leave the mom with her man, because she had another man at that time. And he can, like, decide what they are doing with this all. And it's funny because so we left and we went to the hotel in this Karlovy Vary, and then police is coming to us and saying that the mom reported my dad that he stole us.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, just such crazy situations. And then the dad was like so angry that she did it, and the police is asking us, and I'm still like so shocked and don't know even what to say, you know, like, because I don't get it all. And my dad didn't speak Czech well, only Russian, and he's saying to me, Irina, you just need to say to policemen that I didn't steal you, because otherwise they will put me now in the prison or somewhere, and I don't know what will you do without me. And I was like, yeah, I will tell. And then I told, and they left, and everything was good. But but like such many crazy situations. I think that was I think the hardest was about this one that, you know, I really liked my mom. Everybody's weird a bit, but you anyway love the people.
Yeah,
and then she totally changed, and the things she did or was not nice to my dad, was not nice to me, and destroyed everything, and you just don't know what to expect from her. It's like you just lost the person. And that was the hardest. And the hardest afterwards was for me to start to talk with me again when she like when she already like went to the hospital, but even after she didn't, and she didn't want to take pills they gave to her, and she still was a bit weird, but you still try to kind of talk to her because you know that she's your mom, but it's just hard because this all feelings together, I don't know.
You also moved out pretty young, right?
From my mom?
Yeah.
Yes, like exactly. I was just waiting when I will be 18, and then I said to my dad, like, please rent us another apartment. I don't want to live with her. Like, she can do whatever she wants. I will.
But you didn't move directly to Vienna, right? You
No,
were staying in Prague.
In Prague still, but we had apartment, and I just wrote it on myself, and yeah.
Okay.
I still have luck that in that time my dad had money, so he could pay for us the apartment. Yeah.
Wow, that must have been a lot.
Yeah.
And that you talk about it publicly is also, you know.
Actually, I never say this, and I even, because for example in Prague we have a hospital. It's for crazy people, and it's like well-known hospital. It's like Bohnice, like you don't know, but like all Czech people know that, and it's like famous that they are just crazy people, and like when people even make jokes about it, they are crazy people, and. And finally when you experience it yourself and you're in that hospital and you discover that it's not funny at all, and you even cannot say it about people because you think that people as a teenagers, they will not get it, they will just laugh about you, or they will think that maybe you are also crazy. So I think the hardest thing for me was that I didn't tell about it to anybody for such a long time because I was so afraid what the people will think of me. And I just, at home, I had to experience this crazy thing with my mom. And just outside, I pretended nothing is going on. Like, life is the same.
That's also not easy, like, putting on that mask every day.
Yeah, exactly. But I did it. And I think also because I had such bad things at home, I tried to not be at home at all. I tried to be a lot of outside, a lot of with friends. And I had really great time of my life out of it because you really start to value everything. I think, and yeah.
But that has still not been the time where you started dancing, right? Like you didn't have a job as a dancer when moving out. That was all coming later.
Like I danced a lot like when I was young. And then I stopped, I think in the age of when I was 14. Exactly 15, and then I didn't do with dancing, but like when it happens with my mom, already a bit before, I discover clubs and I started to like this place a lot because like you just have fun, there's a lot of music, there are also nice boys.
And we're back to that topic.
Yeah. And you can dance, so like both things I need the most, like voice and dancing. And actually there I think I realized again how much I like dancing there in the clubs. And because I didn't want to stay with my mom, like I really always wanted to stay outside, so even during the night I was like I would rather go to club and dance there than be at home.
So that's where your dancing path kind of started a bit, because you're not like the typical, I did ballet for 5 years, then I did that dance class, and I did competitions. That's like the basic thing most of us kind of can relate to probably. So, and still you're now having your own shows, your classes. Do you want to talk about that a bit, how that started?
Yeah, I think it's also a good question.
Because when I found you on Instagram, you did classes on the street. Outside.
That's true. That's funny. It's funny that you know that.
That's how I got to know you. Actually,
I already forgot about it.
Yeah, you did, right? I didn't.
I already forgot about it.
And it's not that long ago, actually.
Actually, not.
Like I said, I found you January 2021.
Yeah, true.
No. Never mind.
My dancer story is not very typical. I think I did a lot dancing when I was little, and I also did gymnastics and synchronized swimming, just a bit of ballet, and actually I had parts when I was really good, and I have teachers who really supported me a lot. And then I had part when I started competing like a lot with other people and compare myself, and I got this all doubts about myself, and then I wasn't good. And then I think now when I'm thinking back about it, I just don't know why I did it, but I just killed my all self-confidence with it, and I didn't trust in me anymore, and then I was really the worst. But I think I was just the worst because you believe that you are the worst, you know?
You can fake so much with, not fake so much with self-confidence, you know, because it's there, but if you fake the self-confidence, a lot of people believe you're self-confident.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly. But I was just killing myself in these doubts, and then I decided I don't want to do it anymore, and I'm not good enough, and I just don't want it. And then, but you know, somehow inside in your heart, you anyway still...
never stop.
Yeah, and you're like, I think I would like to dance. I would love to dance. But then there are these many people who are saying like, come on, you will anyway not make it.
It's not a real job. You can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. How you will make money.
Yeah, I know that kind of conversation. It's
like
really good.
all of this, and I think it helped me also that I moved out from the Czech Republic, because I don't know, I just feel like I wanted to move out and try different things, and it happened to me because nobody could influence me from my friends because I was far away. Nobody could say me.
How did you decide for Vienna? Was there a reason that you came to Vienna?
Actually, firstly I went to Graz, then to Berlin, and then to Vienna.
Okay.
I just wanted to move out to some German-speaking country, and actually it was Germany. I imagined Germany. I also imagined that I will find a German husband. Because in the clubs, I started to meet many cool men, and they were mostly from Germany. So I was like, I moved to Germany, find my man. And but it didn't work out with Germany first, so I moved to Graz because I moved as an au pair. I worked as an au pair.
Yeah.
And they found for me family in Graz, but Graz was too small for me, so I was like, I need some bigger city. Then I found some job opportunities in Berlin, so I moved to Berlin, but Berlin, I didn't feel like it's really my city. And then when I was in Graz, I sometimes traveled to Vienna, and I was like, Vienna is so pretty. And then I was like, let's try Vienna after Berlin. Yeah, so I came to Vienna, and I already started to dance in Berlin. I started to get some job offers on some events, and also I decided to be there as Zumba teacher. I wasn't thinking that I will make it like really far. But I was like, at least I can do a bit with the dancing. Maybe I can be a Zumba teacher. And then when I came to Vienna, I was still thinking that I will be a Zumba teacher. I still believe that I will be Zumba teacher, but then I fell in love with heels. Already in Berlin, I fell in love with the heels, and I was posting a lot of videos in Instagram, just me trying to dancing with heels or learning some videos from YouTube, and people were writing me like, "Wow, that's good, and then some girls were writing to me that they want that I teach it, that I should teach it, and I was like, okay. And then I was not sure about it. I was like, no. But then I was like, let's try it. That's what I did. So, and also I remember it was funny. It was lockdown, and I was living here in Vienna in hotel because it was actually cheap because they had no guests. And they had a really big garage, and there was no cars, nothing. And I was going there to dance, and they didn't have cameras because nobody said to me, "Hey, Irina, what are you doing there?" So, and then I don't know how I got this crazy idea that maybe because other people, everybody is so lost in this lockdown and we cannot do anything, and I just. I don't know how I got this crazy idea that I can start to dance with the girls in the garage, with some girls who are interested. Maybe I cannot even say this because it was not allowed. But I was and I posted about it on Instagram, and then I had really girls who were interested. So that's actually why I started to dance on the street. I started to do this dance lesson on the street because you cannot dance in the dance studios; they were all closed. And I started to do this in the garage. That's where it all started. And already there, like I did, I think like 6 lessons, and then I remember because I had good connections with some people on the reception, and then one guy is coming to me and say, Irina, you're doing dance classes in our garage or what? And I'm like,
Nice.
and I'm like, how did you discover it? Because I knew that they, knew that they didn't have a cameras. Or they have a cameras, but I
You
always
checked before.
I always checked that they
Yeah.
didn't see it. And I was like, how do you know? And he said me, yes, someone wrote us email that you're doing it and that it's not allowed because it's Corona. And I was like, who wrote you the email? And I knew that the boss of this hotel didn't like me so much. She didn't like me so much. I was like, okay, she will kill me. If she discovers it, she will kill me. But like this guy, he was like really friend and he was really nice. And he was like, yeah, I can show you the email. And then he showed to me, and really he showed me like someone screenshot the pictures of the garage on my Instagram and send it. So like people like report and ban my Instagram. So that was first thing which I was really shocked. But the person just wrote some name, some like Anna, but I don't know who was that. I think it was just fake name. So that was
Then you stopped doing it in the garage?
yeah, but like I think that's funny because sometimes the haters are thinking that they will stop you, but I think it gave me another opportunities because like I started doing outside, then I got ideas to do videos outside, and it brought me like many new ideas.
Yeah, one door closes,
Yeah.
10 doors open.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I made it far. Then like another people came and say, hey, Irina, maybe you should not do it on the street, but in the studio. I was like, yeah, now when the studios are open, I can really do. And that's how it all went.
And I think your classes are like since 1.5 years in the studio now? We
Yeah.
had like our karaoke celebration one year, I remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Been some time now, actually, so actually great how everything worked out. Even though, you know, there were like some people pushing you in another direction. Kind of good that it happened afterwards,
Yeah,
you know?
I also think so,
So-
because like, sorry.
Even though it was bad in the beginning, that's like what I often think. It's like, okay, people stopped me there, but I found like 3 other ways to go around.
Yeah, exactly.
And otherwise it wouldn't be where I am today. Not that I'm like, I don't know, but you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is about, because if you really want something, if it's your biggest desire,
You're
will
gonna
be-
find a way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be fine.
And when people say like, yeah, it didn't work, like, then you just don't want it.
You didn't try as hard you could.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you just simply took like the simple way,
Yeah, exactly.
took the safe way. And doing like something artistic is not the safe way.
Exactly. And I think
Most
like I also believe in
times.
God, and I think God also tried to show you that you can do much more in different directions. So that's why when someone is blocking you or like, then you can see
Yeah.
this other ways. You're right. I totally agree with you.
But I also come like to the mindset that when somebody is in, I don't want to say like in my way or comes across my way, I also have the feeling that it's meant to be, you know, like in the way of, okay, there's like an obstacle I have to overcome, but that's just gonna prepare me for what's coming next.
I
You
also
know?
think so. I also, yeah.
Because
I agree.
otherwise, I would never have had the idea with the podcast as well, you know?
Really?
I don't know, because if I had listened to the girls in school who would be like, oh, her videos on Instagram are like so not good and whatever, I could have stopped to dance, but you know, I also didn't. I just kept doing it, and someday they stopped talking.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's it.
That's true.
And now there are people like writing me, oh, and I'm like, no, you don't need to write me now. Stay where you are. You know? Because it's like setting boundaries for yourself as well. And that's like also like a good thing to learn, and you just keep
yeah, I
learning
also
it that
find
way.
that's funny that on the beginning when you start, everybody is hating on you.
Yeah.
But then when you
And
made it, they're like, yeah, we were friends, and I remember that I told you this and this, and I was like,
I remember differently, but okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also like
yeah.
what pushes me. Maybe it's not that good motivation, but it pushes me a lot because
To
when
prove them or
exactly you prove them wrong because when
that's
when
like not a good mindset, I know.
yeah, I know.
I know what you mean. But it's not the mindset you should go for, because you should do it for yourself and not because of other people.
No, I know,
Yeah.
that's true. But sometimes I had like no, I will do it anyway because because yeah. But it's you're totally right. You should do it just for yourself and because you like it.
But it's still good for the ego. Yeah. Okay, so as we are already on the more positive side than we were at the beginning, what are like some positive events, situations, opportunities that you experienced that really shaped you as a person, that were really important to you and that you're really thankful for that you could live through them? So many.
What it is. Such a positive things. I don't know, like I anyway think that the nicest things is like when you just believe in yourself and try to go this your way and then you see finally that it's coming to you and it motivates you even more. And this is such a nice things like, like I talk with the men when you really feel like this connection between the people, but even between the girls when you find the people who really supports you, who really likes you, and you like them, and you feel that connection between them, and you have same kind of humor. I think there is nothing better than this. And also, I think what's really funny. I sometimes get crazy ideas on my mind, and you, for example, get some idea in the evening, in the evening, then you wake up and think like, in the evening it was the best idea you ever got. Then you woke up next day and I was like...
And that's why you should decide to do it in the evening, because in the morning...
the next day you're not in the morning you're like, did I take drugs yesterday? Or what? Yeah. And... then you have such ideas and you are close to give up on them like next day, but sometimes you're like, no, I will do it anyway, I have to do. And then you have this like in your mind, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And you're so close to give up, but then you finally do. And like with many such things, it works. I don't know how, but usually it works. And I think that just God like you, or he see that you're brave, or you try to do something, that you didn't stay this in your comfort zone, and then he just gave it to you. Because it was so many just unbelievable things which happened to me, which you think like, am I a witch that I just got it so easily? But
this podcast was a 2 a.m. idea, so...
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean. I find it also really funny because like when you have those kind of ideas, it's like really coming to your mind. You have no idea where it comes from. And kind of, even though you have those yes, no moments, at least when it comes to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it. But inside, I already know I'm going to do it. Yes. But I'm still like, I already have the feeling I'm going to do it, because otherwise I would be like, I'd rather regret it than not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's like a better feeling for me. Most of the times it worked out good. Not always, but most of the time.
Not always. You have to say.
Most of the times it works out good.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Exactly. I also like sometimes I have such moments where I am so scared of it. I'm not sure if I should do it, and I'm so close to give up. But then I just imagine me giving up. And I'm like...
That's not me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was thinking I would be so disappointed of myself, how I would live with this feeling of disappointed. So I was just like, I have to do it.
I also always kind of think about, or what comes to my mind, it's like imagining like me in a smaller and a younger version. And it's like thinking about how the little girl would be so proud of me if I just did that, because she would have never imagined me to do that, And that's just like, I don't want to disappoint her. If it disappoint me, that's okay, but I don't want to disappoint her, Yeah.
That's cool.
That's like, for me, like the picture I have in my head.
Cool.
That's kind of cute for myself. I don't know.
I didn't do that, but it's like cool. It's like almost like if you have a kid.
No.
I don't want to
We're far away from that.
That's a good.
Catwoman of Vienna idea was also a night idea or spontaneous?
Yeah, it was also spontaneous idea.
Okay.
But I was also like, when I got this idea, I was like, why no dancers are dancing on the street?
Yeah.
So I can do that.
Especially because, you know, I have been to other countries and I love seeing street artists. You know, it's so great. Like, I always stand there watching them. Like, why is nobody in Vienna doing that? Because I'm not doing it myself either. So I can't say something about it, you know. But I understand because I think like Vienna is often really.
Exactly.
I can't describe it. It's like
Very
perfectionism.
conservative sometimes, I would also say.
Yes, it's Australian. You know, also like the perfectionism, and not a lot of people. I often have to think people take themselves too serious.
Yeah, I also think so.
And that's why I find it pretty great. I mean, now there are more people dancing outside. There are like people meeting, special communities, etc. But you know, like really street artists. I don't know many. I know some singers.
Yeah.
But dancers, like you're one of the only one I know. That's like doing it for money. You're getting money from it. So, tell us about it.
So,
what were your thoughts when you started, and how did people react? Did you get the reactions you? Oh, okay. You imagined or not?
I will tell you, like, it was crazy idea of mine, and I was thinking, like, why nobody's doing it? It's like a crazy idea. Then I was like, maybe there is a reason why nobody is doing it. And then I was like, I got a permission for it also. And my first permission, like, you get special places where you can dance, and it was on Stefanplatz. And I was like, going there shaking. I was like, I'm not sure I can dance on Stefanplatz. And then I was thinking, okay, I will dance heels, like people are conservative, maybe they will throw tomatoes in me, you know. And I was really scared, or everybody will say like ooh, ooh, ooh. And I was so afraid, but somehow I decided to do it. And exactly, I was lucky that I decided to do it because people really liked me. They really applauded to me. One woman brought me flowers. Then
that's so cute.
then some man went to this chocolate store and brought me chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's really cute.
Yeah, and some little children took pictures with me, and I was like, and I made even some money because before I was delivering food in Vienna, and there you get like 10 euro per hour, and here I got like quite enough money just in 30 minutes, and I was like, wow, what? Why I delivered the food before?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like such a great moment of my life, and I was thinking like, maybe I should keep on doing it. But then, of course, I think God gave me, as I told you before, that when God see that you try to get something, He gave it to you. But then, in the same time, like, for example, after it, I had to really not good places. Like, it was outside of the center, it was in some park, there was like nobody, like I was dancing there for myself, or people stared at me like really weird, and I got like no money at all. And I was like, wow, that was really hard, but I anyway tried to keep on going, and I anyway tried to keep on doing it. But I think I didn't give up on this idea because this one time was very successful.
If you would have started somewhere else, maybe you would have stopped.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking like, thanks God that this one works, because like if I will start it exactly on some other place with no people and everybody watch me like this, and I would not do that. But this one thing like kept me on going, and I was really funny. I was just dancing even with no cool outfit, nothing, just like this. And then people started to remember me because I was only one and only woman who did it. And then I was thinking like, okay. And then I even came somewhere, was thinking that people don't know me, and they were like, we know you. You're that girl who is dancing on the street. And I was like, okay, people know me, so I should keep on going. And then I came out with this idea, and I had one event, and they gave me, not on the street, just some cool event, and they gave me Catwoman suit there, and like people really liked it a lot, and I got a lot of compliments. And it was not the black one, it was like cheetah one. But then I was thinking like, people like this Catwoman, maybe. And then I somehow got the idea to get this black Catwoman for the street, and I was thinking it will even match the
Mhm.
street. So I was like, let's do it. And then it became even more popular. Like people like this one even more. So I was
Mhm.
like, so I kept on going. People started to make a lot of TikToks of me.
TikToks, yeah.
TikToks of me, and started to post it. And
Yeah, you kind of brand yourself out there, you know? You made yourself a name with that Catwoman thing,
yeah,
and it gave the people something to remember. So,
exactly. And I think that's why but I also get a lot of hate. Like, it's like on the beginning, I had a lot of videos which pop out on the TikTok without even the Catwoman outfit, just like this, like when I danced, when I
Mhm.
just started. And the people were writing like such mean comments. It was so horrible that I am so like I cannot dance at all, that I'm so horrible. And there was so many comments, and I just keep on reading them, and I was so depressed, like so depressed. And I was like, I'll probably not go dance on the street never ever again. But then my good friend said me like, no, they just want to stop you. You're good. Like, that's just stupid comments. Just go and do it anyway. I was like, okay. But yeah, actually, what I have to say, like now when I'm talking about it, it sounds like it's so easy and great, but I had so many depressions, or like it's really hard, especially you do it alone. You have to come. You have to convince yourself to come. Now you have to stand up in front of the people. Nobody's watching you. Everybody's coming, and you just have to make yourself visible. So it's like it was also really hard for me, and I think I'm really proud of myself that I did it, because I think it's one of the hardest things which I did, and I keep on going and I didn't give up. Yeah, so it's not that easy. And that's what I think, like, to make yourself special as a dancer, or generally anybody, you should make this such a special thing which nobody is doing.
you need
But
to
it-
stand out.
Yeah, but it would be hard, because people will hate you for that, because when nobody's doing it, then nobody will understand it. So
Yeah, and you don't want to be like 1 in a million, but you want to be the one.
you want to be the one, but you will get a lot of hate for
Yeah.
it.
That's what I meant with you need to really have like the stamina to push through this,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's also really important that you share your experiences like in every way, no, but it's like the private stories, the dance stories, or whatever, that people kind of see, okay, not every dancer out there was talented from the beginning on, or had the money from the beginning on, or had the support system from the beginning on, because some people do, and that's great, but you always need to consider your environment that you do it in. And so I think it could be really motivating for some to also hear that kind of stories, that it's not always just like, oh, happy peppy, I'm fine, you know?
No,
So-
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
And for example, now I have a videos on TikTok which got viral, and I had only good comments, and there were only people writing, why she's so talented and dancing on the street. They could take her wherever she wants. And I was not believing that I am reading it, you know, because
Yeah.
like after this all shitty comments, you read like all your like I don't know all this more than 1 year, and then you finally make it to this. You're like, wow.
Yeah, and especially because I don't know about you, but if people telling me compliments like that or whatever, I'm like, you see me that way? I don't even see me that way. Exactly. So should I see myself that way?
Exactly.
And that's kind of also good, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
because you don't believe in yourself, and then even
Yeah.
like some
If
people.
others believe in you, why don't you? You know?
Yeah,
It's also why, even if there's like an opportunity coming up and somebody giving me this opportunity, this person believes in me, even though I'm like, you know, I'm still gonna say yes, because I'm like, if you believe I can do it, then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you also had some problem with police dancing on street, right? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's not the best thing. Like actually, it's so funny because like when I came to Vienna, I had some problems with the police because I got when was lockdown, I got to first a party on Donau Canal, and then I got drunk, and then I had to drive home, and I was driving with bicycle.
That's forbidden in Austria,
Yeah, exactly. And like in Czech Republic and in Russia, nobody cares about it, and like there is no risk that the police will stop you. And here,
but I never really heard somebody say that they control.
So I will tell you now. And the police stopped me, and there were 5 policemen, and I was only one, and they stopped me and they controlled me, and like I was drunk, and but like I knew that I will drive just slowly and nothing will happen, I hope. But like they stopped me, and then they said me something that I should pay money. I say I don't have that much, but I understood firstly wrong. I was thinking they say like 100 euro, and then when we came to ATM, they started to type 800 euro, like 800 euro to find, and I was like, what? And it was so funny. They started to type it, and it didn't came out from my. Because I didn't have enough money. Like it was lockdown, I had no job, I had lost 100 euro on my bank account, and I was like, I don't have 800 euro. And they were trying to put at least 400, and it also didn't work. So I was like, I have lost 100 euro, and they were like, so maybe you have another card, and I was like, no, that's the only card I have. And for me, it was a really big shock that it was so much money.
I also didn't know that it's that much money. Yeah, like 100 euros, I could have imagined.
Yeah, exactly. 800? But 800, I was so shocked. I couldn't believe they say this amount. And then I said, like, I don't have such money. And they were like, okay, maybe someone can borrow you or bring you the money now. I was like, no, I don't know anybody in Austria. It was just from the beginning, you know. I was like, no, and I don't have anybody, even from my normal friends, who can give me like 800 euro. Because, you know, I was like, okay, maybe in Austria for people, maybe they're making like huge money. It's nothing for them, but for people from Czech Republic, 800 euro, it's like your month's salary, you know? So yeah, like, I don't have 800 euro just like this. And yeah, and the craziest thing was, I didn't have registration in that time. I didn't live anywhere in Vienna. I was just in some apartment from Airbnb. And when they discovered it, they was like, we have to take your phone. We'll take your phone because you cannot pay us and you don't have a registration. And I was like, I don't have anything else than my phone here. I had some old phone, but it all didn't work even. I even didn't have notebook, like nothing. I have the only thing with me, the phone. And they say that they will take it from me. I say like, no, but they took it. They really took it. And in that moment, like we are talking about that I lost my Instagram, but Instagram is nothing like when they took your phone, because you have like everything there, like everything. And they took my phone, and I was literally crying on the floor. I was lying down. I was like hysterical. I didn't know what to do, because I was like, oh, they could take my phone. Like, I don't know what I will do with my phone, without my phone. And after it, they understood that I probably really don't have money and like nothing else. And they were like, okay, like we will give it to you. Like tomorrow you will come to our office. You have to sign that you will pay this 800 euro, and then we will give you the phone back. And I was like, okay, but I really had to cry hard, because before they told me that they will give me the phone back only after I will bring them 800 euro. And I was like, I don't know how. And I was like so shocked. I was really crying so hard. I was so depressed. And like I even remember after this night, I was sleeping 3 nights in a row. Like I was so exhausted from it. It was one of the most horrible things which ever happened to me. And after this, I really kind of was so disappointed of the police. Like I kind of understand that they should give you a fine, or like I break the rules, but like I was alone in Vienna, and like this 800, and they just took my phone. Like I really like didn't get it. Like it was really too much for me. And since then I'm like, Austrian policemen have nothing else to do or what? Like, and then I also got some fines, like also with bicycle, but was also like I was driving like in 2 o'clock in the morning. I crossed the red light because there was like nobody, and they were driving a normal car behind me, you know. And the normal, and I'm like thinking like Austrian policemen has nothing to do, that they just
just wait for somebody crossing with a bicycle.
Yeah, exactly. So I also had to pay, and since then I'm like, Austrian police, I just don't like them. But then when I started to dance on the street, I was like, okay, you should calm down. You don't want fines, so you just have to admit that it's your fault. So like, yes, I cool down, but I still kind of always when someone is saying like
you don't have good experiences with them. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
And the most funniest thing is like I started to like boy here in Austria, and it's so funny because he was, then I discovered that he's the biggest fan of the police. So I firstly didn't get it, but then I discovered that he's like filming them, he has like YouTube about them and TikTok, and he's filming them, and for him they were like just such heroes, you know. He was filming just the best moments of them and how they are helping people and so on, and I was like, it was so funny. So we met like the biggest fan of the police and the biggest unfan of the police. I was like, we have so much in common.
But you met him because he was filming one of your street performances, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he was filming a policeman's, and then the policeman's come to my street performance and banned it and asked me like, do you have permission? And he
it was the hey Mr. Policeman with the sound, right? Because I remember the video.
No.
Okay,
it was different one.
Okay,
different one. But yeah, exactly. He filmed it. He made it to, I think it was some Lady Gaga song, but he made it like really funny, and he posted on TikTok, and then people just resent me the video, and then I found it and I really like it, and I wrote to him that it's really cool video. It was.
Oh, that's nice.
It was funny.
It's really a funny one. Yeah, so I would say we come to an end slowly. We've been talking for quite some while now, but good that we took the time, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
I also think so.
Yes. What would be like one thing, or could be more like one thing, however you like, that you would like to scream into the world, tell dancers, people generally, whatever you'd like to end the episode with?
So, if I could say something like this to people, then I will say just that their life is so short and they should just do what they love, and they should go for their wildest dreams they ever had. And don't listen to other people, and listen to yourself and do it. And if you got some ideas, then you should do them, because I think God gave it to you for some reason. So you should realize it, and don't listen to anybody. Don't care about anybody. I know that it sounds sometimes bad, but even don't listen to your parents, because sometimes, you know, they just when they live this, they don't mean it sometimes even bad. They try to protect you because they just know this simple life and like going to normal jobs, and they know that it's secure. So they will not say to you, hey, try to something risky and go to make your own business, because they just know that it's not safe, and they try to protect you, and they don't mean it bad, but like sometimes you don't have to listen to them because they just don't know anything else, you know. So you just have to really stand up for yourself and go to make it. And it will be hard. It will be hard. But you should anyway keep on going, because life is hard anyway. And like, even if you didn't try and went for your dreams, you kind of fucked up always anyway. You kind of fucked up anyway, because you're living the life you didn't dream of. So why you just can go and try to make it. Yeah, exactly.
So that's a beautiful way to end the episode with. I think most of our listeners already know where to find you. We're going to link your Instagram down below. Whatever your Instagram tag will be. We're going to try to keep it updated. So thank you so much for taking your time telling us about your experiences. We're really thankful for that, and I hope, or I know other people will be too.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm also so thankful that you have me here. Thank you.
So you already know where to find us. We're gonna have all the details down below. So thank you for listening, and we're gonna have like a new episode in 2 weeks again. Bye.
Bye bye.